Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is November the 17th. It is Thursday morning. We are a few moments away from the market actually open up. And I want to address a topic or have a discussion with you. And this is probably a topic that a lot of people probably struggle with or have struggled with at some point in their trading career. And that is the thought of giving up, just quitting flat out. They don't think at some point, even I, from the beginning, when I first started, it was like, it was tough for me, I had no one there in my pocket or a corner to turn to that I could turn to and actually kind of help me out. So I was, like I said, I was self-taught. It took me time, guys. But this is the reason why I'm making these videos, because I want to be able to share the information and the knowledge that I have come across and have kind of put together and have up here. Again, I always say we can't take things with us, guys. So whatever you know, pass it forward, because it will help other people out in time. Okay, these videos I'm making right now, years down the road, someone may be able to reflect back too. But getting back on topic here, why do most people think have the idea about giving up? What are some of the telltale signs of a failed trader or someone that's failing and they just don't know where to pick up the pieces? What actually goes on upstairs? What are they thinking? So let's talk about that today. A lot of people think that trading is not possible. Let's kind of air that out. Sit back and watch the intro. We're going to jump right into the video. So why do most people have the thought of giving up? It's more than likely they just don't know how to trade correctly. They weren't possibly trained properly, either regardless if they were taking a trading course through someone else. I talked about this in the past, or possibly self-taught themselves. There are a lot of intricate pieces that kind of must come together like a puzzle for anyone to be able to understand how to trade properly and correctly. Okay, it's very rewarding, but it's very stressful at the same time trying to understand the markets. I think people in the end, once they figure it out, they find out, wow, it was really not that hard. It's a lot easier than it looks. But there are things that you must understand. It's that visual perception of being able to read something, being able to read a book, whatever the case is, to gather information. It's the same thing when we look at our charts. It's just that we have to look at it a little bit different. The presentation or the interpretation of what's going on the charts. It's the same type of concept in a sense. It's just versus being able to read words, we're having to read what's going on the charts. We have to be able to read. Like I always tell people, if you want to start trading, two of the most important concepts, two of the most important elements of trading is market structure and being able to read price action. If you can master that, I say this all the time, then you will be more than on your way to becoming a good trader. Okay, because once you're able to read, you can see what's going on in the chart. You visually start to understand what's going on behind closed doors. Okay, so that's the reason why a lot of people actually just stop. They give up. They can't. To them, it's just it's like everyone, when we first start looking at our charts, what do we see? It's like, it makes no sense to us. It looks like a abstract piece of artwork in a sense, all we see is upward and downward movement, or downward and upward movement. You have to get past that, and you have to spend some time researching to understand what drives the market, why is the market moving the way it's moving, because there are a lot of intricate pieces that cause the market to move in a sense. We all know it's driven by money, but that money is funneled through from different avenues, okay, across the markets, whatever the case is. So, but what I'm trying to say basically, guys, is that that's the reason why a lot of people give up, because they just don't understand what's going on. They can't read a chart, okay? And you have to get to the point to where you understand and be able to read a chart to be able to trade, all right? So, but one of the first thing where people fail at is not having a proper strategy, not having a strategy that actually works and allows them to be profitable, okay? And the only way to be profitable is to be consistent. And You have to have a strategy that allows you each and every day to be consistent in the market. Now, I'm not saying you're not gonna have a losing trade, you know, because I understand that we all take losing trades. But the thing about it is minimizing those trades, whatever the case is. People always ask me all the time when I'm trading. They see me. It's like it drives me crazy because I sit here and make videos or I record my live sessions, but they still come back and say, "Well, I don't see you take a losing trade." Yes, I do. I do have losing trades, or you know, where I get out or jump out of a trade quick enough and may take, you know, a couple ticks loss, whatever the case is. That's still a losing trade in a sense, you know. It's just the fact is I have minimized my risk, I have minimized my drawdown, and I get out quicker. Some people allow their stop losses to get hit. I don't. Me personally, I do not allow the market to come back quick enough. Once I enter a trade and it's not moving in my direction quick enough, and it starts to piddle around, seesaw, you know, I'm out. I get out. You know, yes, I may get out prematurely or whatever the case is, if you want to call it that, and then the market runs in my directions. I don't beat myself down about that because I know the way I trade, there's multiple setups that will follow, okay? So, yes, even I, who is someone who has been trading for years, 10 plus years, I do take losses, but they're very minimal, you know? They're very minimal, okay? But most times I am profiting left and right, okay? So, strategy, the telltale sign of someone that will quickly stop trading or has the idea of giving up is because the fact is they don't have a solid strategy, all right? A failed trader or a trader that is going to fail or will fail, it all comes from, number one, they don't have a good strategy to follow. They are, you could be, and this could be you, someone that has gone about, we're all, what's the word I want to say here? Victims of what goes on, or what, you know, victims of doing this, I should say. And that is when we first try to start trading, everyone thinks it's easy. Oh, I just found a strategy. Let me go pick up someone's trading course or learn by going online and watching videos on YouTube, whatever the case is. Guys, everything out there is just not meant to be. You know, you have to kind of weed through the manure or through the brush to be able to find individuals or find information that will help you put together a good strategy. Okay, there are a lot of people out there, a lot of so-called, a lot of people call them gurus. I even call them gurus in a sense, whatever the case is. I know it's just, you know, one of the catch-all terms that people like to use when it comes to someone trying to sell you some BS, whatever the case is. And there's no holy grail to trading. It's just trading comes with its technique and craft, okay? But going back to the strategy piece, we all are victims of following behind a strategy that we pull from thin air somewhere and looking online and trying to trade it, whatever the case is. A lot of people, they'll take a strategy that they've only started using for like a week or two, and then they go live with it, and they blow their account. I wasn't a victim. I mean, I didn't do that, okay? Me personally, I've always, even everything in life, I test. You know what I mean? I have to see that what I'm trying to do is allows me, it's consistent, you know? I have to test what I'm using to make sure that it's consistent day in and day out, you know? Before I went live, I was consistently back testing, forward testing strategy for months, you know, 6+ months, whatever the case is, before I actually went live, okay? A lot of people they're very impatient, okay? And that's a part of what I want to get to here in a second as well. But yes, going back to the strategy piece, that's the part that takes time, guys. You know, there are some very successful traders out there, some honest individuals out there, and I try to be as honest and upfront as possible. Nothing to hide here because I am not charging you guys for a course. You know, the only thing is if you choose to join the membership program through the YouTube membership tier program, you're just supporting the channel, the content, the information that I push out. That's all, okay? And with that comes some perks and rewards, whatever the case is. But as far as me being an instructor, a teacher, an educator, trying to make trading courses or webinars, whatever the case is, that's just not me. I'm just want to share and make this video content in hopes that it helps people. So strategy. Number one, you've got to have a solid strategy if you want to make it in this business. If not, you will fail and it will cause you to give up. Number two, managing, you know, risk in a sense, risk management. That's another hot topic that a lot of traders struggle with, because I get it all the time. Well, where do you place your stop loss at? Or how did you know to get out of that trade at that particular time? Guys, trade. You have to be confident in the way you trade. You know, and trading with experience, you will start to be able to understand areas where you need to get out of. It's people who are just beginner traders, in a sense, I'm sure they are, that they're the ones that make comments like this. And it's fun to ask questions, but ask them in a polite way. You know what I mean? Ask them in a way, because when you are approaching someone who's been trading for years, okay, and make sure to formalize your questions in a correct manner to where you feel like you're not being offensive to someone, okay? Just because you don't understand specifically the way somebody trades does not mean that they're not trading correctly. Does not mean that they're not highly profitable. Everyone trades different, okay? The way I trade may not be for the next trader, all right? Understand that. That's the beauty about trading. There are thousands of different ways to trade, guys. And people tweak their strategies a little bit different so that it fits maybe their personality or style of trading or whatever the case is. But understand, everybody trades different. So what works for them may not work for the next person, because the next person may not fully understand. But when it goes to risk management, okay, yes, I am able to manage my risk because I know before I even get to a trade, and I say this all the time, before I get to a trade, I know exactly where I need to get out at if the market comes back against me in any kind of way. And I do not allow the market to come back against me, but so much before I jump out of a trade, you know. A lot of times it'll depend on the zone, the supply or demand zone, you know, depending on if I'm more aggressive or more conservative with my entry, you know, as far as where that exit point may be as far as me trying to get out the trade, as well as where I need to get out for when it comes to my profit target, okay? So all that comes with, and has came with for me through years of experience trading. The market's always evolving, so you always have to reevaluate and adjust accordingly. So risk management is a big piece, because if you do not know when to get out of a trade, then it's gonna affect your profitability. I'm gonna say it like that, okay? It will, because if you take a major loss and you allow the market to come back against you, knowing that you should have gotten out of that trade at a certain key area, and you didn't get out of that trade then, and allow that market to come back against you even further, you take a major drawdown, guess what? It's going to be 5 times as hard for you to make that back up. All right? So control your risk. Risk management is a key concept, a key element to when it comes to someone becoming a difference between someone being a new trader and a great trader, okay? All right? And lastly, the third thing I want to talk about, again, these are the telltale signs of failed traders, or people who are well on the way to failing when it comes to trading. And as a person, you have to be able to look at yourself in the mirror. You know, people always ask the question, what did you do, to correct things for yourself? Meaning, being able to correct the psychological pieces, whatever the case is. That's a tough question to answer, because everybody's demons are different when it comes to the markets and when it comes to you as a person. You know, are you a person filled with greed? Are you a person filled with fear? You have to be able to understand, all those psychological components, because you may feel like you're not affected by any of them, but in reality, you are. All right. So you have to really dig deep to see. Just think about you as a person. Reflect back on years of, upbringing and thinking about how you've handled situations in the past, regardless of what they are, personally, business, whatever the case is. Reflect back and say, any psychological components, okay? The psychological pieces, do I have a problem with any of those areas? If so, you need to fix it, okay? Because it will stand in the way of making the difference from you failing or succeeding, okay? Number three, impatient. A lot of people are very impatient when it comes to trading, okay? And you have to be patient and you have to be disciplined if you want to survive and make it in this business, okay? And profit, especially if you're looking to do this for a full-time income or full-time living. Yes, so being very impatient when it comes to trading will destroy you as a trader, because you're always trying to get into a trade. You do not always have to be into a trade. A lot of people suffer from that. They think that the market is moving higher, whatever the case is. Could be in a bullish market, the market's breaking through levels, whatever the case is, and they're chasing behind price. They don't allow price to come back to key areas or zones where there are high probability setups, in a sense, whatever the case is. If you understand what's going on in the market, they don't want to do that. They rather chase price. They feel like I'm going to ride, or the moment price starts to shoot up, they jump into a trade. Or the market starts to shoot down, they jump into a trade. They have no strategy. They're not a disciplined trader. You're reacting based on the activity that's going on in the market. So you're kind of reacting in a sense based on what the market is actually doing. And we do react, and it's okay to react, but you do so in areas that make sense, where the market is making or is setting up for you to be able to look for setups. Okay, you have to understand, what's going on by looking at your chart, not just trying to play that red light, green light game of the market shooting up, let me jump in. The market shooting down, let me jump in. You can't play that. You have to be a very disciplined person, and being able to have structure and being able to have a strategy put in place. So if you're a very structured and disciplined person, you are going to make it. You will make it in this business of trading. Because with discipline or being very disciplined or having structure, it's going to allow you to be consistent, because you're going to be patient in being able to sit back and wait and allow your strategy to work the correct way. You're going to be patient, waiting for the correct setups to execute the strategy. All right. So again, I just want to quickly run this down right quick. The telltale signs of a failed trader or someone that is in the process of failing. One is not having a strategy at all, or not having one that works. Okay. All right. Number two, controlling risk control, or if you want to call it risk management in a sense, which is called risk management. Not being able to know when and where to get out of a trade, being able to control your trades in a sense. So I always say this, and I say this in like a lot of videos. Take this into consideration. Before you get into a trade, map off exactly where you need to get out, profit target, and where you should exit in case the market comes back against you. Just kind of implement that into your trading plan, or visually analyze the market before you just click on that button to get into a trade. Oh, it's that demand, let me jump into it. Or it's that supply, let me jump into it. There are things that you must understand just because price hits an area of supply and demand, because there are a lot of different areas of supply and demand, both off the higher and lower time frame chart. And you have to understand about, pairing charts together and higher time frames and lower time frames, what to look for. It's a lot that goes on in trading. So just do yourself this favor. Make it part of possibly your trading plan, or think about, just analyzing the area where the next time you get into a trade or look to get into a trade. Think about, does it provide you enough room to get in and get out? Okay, where should you get in? Where should you get out? Whatever the case is. Meaning again, profit target and exit. Do you have enough room there? Okay, all right. Does it make sense? All right. So being able to have great risk management skills is a major plus in this business, okay? And also, make sure, formulate, work on yourself, to become more disciplined. Develop yourself to become more disciplined if you are a very impatient person, all right? And then that's another thing. You have to work on yourself as a trader, guys, because if you're impatient, where do you think that comes from? I mean, it's just, naturally speaking, maybe that's just the way you were born. Maybe it's just in your DNA, But that doesn't mean you can't change who you are, meaning working on things. You just have to kind of dig deep to figure out and research what are some ways, or how can I become more of more of a patient person that will allow me to gravitate to be more disciplined in life, okay? Because, and I would probably say, I'm going to say this too. If you have a problem being impatient, and you are able to find ways to cope with that and to work it out, I'm sure the more you become patient and become more of a disciplined person, it's probably going to fix a lot of things in other areas of your life just as well. But that's all I have for you guys today. I'll leave you with that. So don't give up. If this is something you're passionate about, go for the full gusto. Push forward. You know, break those hurdles and jump over those hurdles. Break barriers at whatever cost, okay, to make sure that you are able to succeed in this business, okay? If you're someone that thinks this is going to happen overnight, then yes, you are in the wrong business, all right? So I'll leave you guys with that. If you're interested in joining our Discord community, I'm going to show you guys that right quick, especially for those individuals maybe new to the channel or first-time viewers. Here's our Discord if you're interested in joining. We have over 600 members on the community now. We have a few channels, the general chat and the trading floor. The trading floor channel is where we as traders come together in discussion about the actual markets as they're being traded throughout the session. So we're talking about our zones, levels, areas of interest. You know, a lot of us share screenshots of entries which we take. So, you know, come and join us. All you have to do is find the link down in the description portion of this video and join us. It's free of charge. Okay, guys? That's all I have to talk about in today's video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Please, if you're trading, please be safe. And if you're a first-time viewer, please make sure to click on that red button, that subscribe button. Next to it, you'll find a little bell icon. Click on the bell, turn your post notifications on, and join the team. And make sure to drop a like on the video. Take care. See you in the next one.